So today we're going to talk about listening practice in English. A lot of you guys like to talk about speaking or vocabulary because speaking is something that is very fancy. If you see someone who have good spoken English, you just naturally or automatically assume that this person is awesome in English. Or if you see someone with a large vocabulary, you can see that, oh, this person's English must be wonderful, amazing. But today, I'm going to focus on something less common, that is listening practice. Okay, I have always been the advocate of listening practice in China. This is because listening is the key. Like if you hold this key, you can open all the mysterious doors in English. Okay, first of all, English is a sound-based system. It is very different from Chinese. Our Chinese is like a character or written-based language. So if you want to get English right, you have to get the pronunciation right. And the listening definitely is the best practice for you to understand the word, special features of the language, all right? So second, listening is very flexible. If you want to practice reading, first, you have to find a book that interests you, right? Second, you need to be quiet because most of people cannot read in a very noisy environment, right? But listening is different. It basically happens anytime, anywhere you want. You can listen to things when you're on the subway, you can listen to things when you're driving or when you're at a gym, all right? So listening is super flexible. And number three, it is a lot easier for you to get something that is interesting if it is in the listening format. Okay, just imagine there are podcasts, like a TV series, and also there's a bunch of things on YouTube. Okay, you just name it, comedy, news, sports, esports. You just couldn't imagine how much thing you can choose from. But reading, on the contrary, is quite limited. I know reading is cool, I love reading, but it's just a lot more limited. Okay, so these are the obvious benefits of listening. Okay, that is the foundation of English, and it's easier to do, and also you may find something that interests you. And now let's talk about the methods that we can use to improve our listening. All right, just remember, guys, if you can do 2 hours of solid listening practice, your speaking will grow naturally. But if you go to a speaking course, maybe the progress you want to have may not happen. Okay, so basically there are 2 categories of listening practice. So on the one hand of the spectrum, you have extensive listening. So that is listen a lot without understanding everything. Okay, so there is a very classic theory called comprehensible input, which means you have to listen to things or read things that is easy to understand, a little bit challenging, and that interests you. Okay, so a lot of parents are playing some cartoons or animation to their kids, and we can see that after listening to a lot of, a huge bunch of these cartoons, the kids listening improve a lot, and also their English improves a lot too. All right, so that is the power of comprehensible input, or what I call extensive listening. All right, so guys, if you're watching my videos now, you will find that my videos are not very challenging, not so difficult. All right, so my videos are actually perfect resource for you guys to do extensive listening or comprehensible input. Okay, so now let's move to the other end of the spectrum, that is intensive listening. Okay, so intensive listening basically means you have to understand every single word or every single sentence of that listening piece. Okay, so that basically means that you don't have to listen to something that is very long, but in this material need to be a little bit challenging. It cannot be too easy, okay? Because if it is so easy, it just doesn't make any sense, all right? So there are many ways of doing intensive listening. You can do things like dictation, that is, listen to the sentence and write it down. Or you can do shadowing, that is, listen to the sentence and follow, copy, imitate the sentence. Both ways are very good. All right, so if you are a beginner of English, okay, you're gonna do a lot of intensive listening and some extensive listening. But if you are an advanced player in the game, I strongly suggest you do a lot of extensive listening. Okay, so this is how you improve your English through